Hi everyone, you're Tesla Tom. Thanks so much for joining us on Ludicrous Feed. Today I've got a very special video for you today. We're going to go through software update 2020.12.11.1. And this is us driving on the Sydney Harbour Bridge for the approach into the Sydney CBD. What's really special about this update, as you're seeing right now in front of you, is the FSD, or Full Self-Driving Visualisations. And you can see traffic lights there above us, and it's also showing up on the screen. There's a lot going on in the background already with autopilot, but with each update, the screen shows you more and more. So for this one, I've been waiting for because it's showing us traffic lights, and as you'll see later when I'm driving in the city, stop signs, rubbish bins, and lane markings. So this is us on the Sydney Harbour Bridge on the southbound approach into the Sydney CBD. And in this video, you'll see lots of things, and lots of traffic lights above us there, as I'm gonna just merge into this lane on my right, behind this police car. That solid blue line on the screen you're about to see right now is the navigate on autopilot, which is basically the car bringing me where I want to go. That's the simplest way to explain how navigate on autopilot works. So this is, like I said, the southbound approach into the Sydney CBD from the north side of Sydney. I'm going to cut autopilot pretty soon because it doesn't make for great viewing once we get into the CBD with autopilot, because a lot of stop-start traffic, and although the car can see traffic lights, it doesn't react to them just yet. Not like in the USA, where it is starting to react to stop signs and traffic lights. I assume that'll come later this year for Australia. But for now, we're going to see full self-driving visualizations, which is basically a preview. And yeah, so we'll start to see some traffic lights. There we go, some more lights there. Excuse the tilt for the camera. It is on a Rocksteady, which is this camera's digital visualization. So it's trying to get the most stable image, and occasionally it does tilt and does funny things. So I've got to deal with it. Otherwise, it'll vibrate quite a bit. Go, some more traffic lights. There's the George Street light rail ahead of us. There's some lane markings on the ground there. Recognizing cars and trucks. You'll also see it recognize some pedestrians and bicyclists fairly soon, and some stop signs as well. So this is crossing George Street. Getting deeper into the CBD there. Some more lane markings for you. And I believe we're turning into one of the streets now. Yeah, that one's Pitt Street, I'm pretty sure. Some more cones. It's a rubbish bin. What's interesting too is that those fixed rubbish bins in the city, it manages to pick up pretty well too, which I was impressed with. Some more lane markings, and also an intersection line, which is exciting. There's a stop sign. Those intersection lines mean that with future updates, I imagine, the car will start to react to traffic lights, and that means it will stop at that line, or if it's the first car, basically. Some more traffic lights there. On your left is Martin Place, or this cross street is Martin Place basically, but on the left hand side is where the Tesla store is in the Sydney CBD. We're about 1:47, yeah, almost 2 o'clock here in the city. Again, normally this would be quite a busy time of day, but given the COVID restrictions, it's not as busy as it normally is. Okay. Right, so once the light turns green, we'll start to see some more visualizations. So there's a rubbish bin on the left there. Let's see if the car picks that up. Not that one, not be too far away. Oh, there's some rubbish bins there on the left. Picked up a couple there. Some more bins. There's a stationary bin there. Occasionally picks up pedestrians on the street. Anything orange it basically picks up as a cone. I suppose the algorithm says if it's orange, looks like a cone, we'll call it a cone. There's a stop sign. Some more lane markings, more pedestrians, more bins. You can see that even the stop writing on the road there. It's a stationary bike which it picked up. What's that one? Yep, stop on the road again. Albeit backwards. Actually, that's a bus lane sign, isn't it? It's picking up as a stop sign on the road. I like this one. People crossing the street. It's amazing what the FSD computer is doing behind the scenes there. And we're just seeing like a glimpse of what it's actually doing. Still pretty amazing. There. I was thinking today when I saw some emergency vehicles, whether in future updates the emergency vehicles will have flashing lights on top of what's depicted on the screen. That car ahead of me is indicating, and on the screen there it's not indicating, so again that's another update in the future I can foresee. When the cars indicate, it'll show up on the screen as well. So this is Castlereagh Street heading southbound in Sydney CBD. More people walking across the road there. There's a cyclist. Stop sign. See, that stop sign is actually linked to that traffic light. But, it's picking up as a separate stop sign. This is Park Street, this cross street here. There's a cyclist on my right, which it picked up. Some more pedestrians. Some more cones on the right, more traffic lights. I know this might seem very mundane, just traffic lights and things, but for me this is quite interesting because it's actually picking up things where it didn't before, or at least showing us before where it couldn't. And this bit's interesting too because there's a motorcyclist ahead of me, and there will be a cyclist that comes right up next to him. This picture alone tells us a lot. There's a stop sign, there's a traffic light, motorcyclist, car, and pedestrians. There's a cyclist there, coming up next to the motorcyclist, and hops up on the pavement. Does a little moonwalk backwards on the screen anyway. And then once we start turning, we'll see the pedestrians crossing the street there on Elizabeth Street. Yeah, so see how there's like a double lane, like double set of lights, so the car doesn't quite pick that up yet. I'm not sure whether they have those in the US, but here we've got a lot of examples of double lights. And see that light here on the left has got actually 4 lights, one for a left red arrow, which I don't think it picked up on that car screen. Sorry about the vibration there. The roads sometimes aren't very good in Sydney. Alright guys, well that's pretty much it. I'll just I'll leave you with a shot of our harbour bridge and opera house before I sign off. Okay guys, well that is full self-driving visualizations for software update 2020.12.11.1 for our Tesla Model 3. Like I said, it's quite exciting seeing all those traffic lights and stop signs and lane markings and all that. It's good because it means that somewhere in the future, hopefully this year, we'll start to have a situation where the car will react to those stop signs and traffic lights, and that'll be very exciting indeed. And I can't wait to test that for you guys. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe, take care of yourselves, and don't forget, you'll never charge alone. I'll see you next time.